The Boulder County Sheriff's Office now facing a federal lawsuit, claiming they tased a man in restraints and left him for hours. And leaf viewing season bringing a boost to some small businesses.
Last year, this weekend was one of our busiest weekends of the entire year. So this is huge for us.
But a planned power outage nearly pulled the plug on their plans.
To have to close down on a Saturday this time of year is not acceptable. It's just not acceptable.
A conclusion more than 2 years in the making.
Even though justice with Michael Close was served, my daughter's still dead.
A verdict handed down for the killing of a girl walking her dog near Coors Field, bringing back painful memories.
Bella's gone. Nothing's gonna bring her back.
And a chance at closure.
As a mother, it's almost like a swimming pool that you've drowned in. You never quite breathe the air. And I'm ready to breathe the air.
Good evening, and thank you for watching Denver 7 News on Local 3. I'm Jessica Porter.
And I'm Amy Wattis. The verdict is in the murder and attempted murder trial against Michael Close.
Police say Close shot and killed Isabella Thallis and injured her boyfriend near Coors Field in 2020 using a gun stolen from a friend.
I spoke to Thallis's mom at her home following the trial, who says it's been the week from hell.
My daughter's still dead, and that will never change.
21-year-old Isabella Thallis was her mother Anna Thallis's bright light, a light that had a bright future, cut short by 38-year-old Michael Close on June 10, 2020. Anna sat through every part of Close's jury trial this week, hearing every witness, seeing every piece of evidence, reliving her daughter's murder all over again so she could hear a verdict and move on with her life. But Anna says it's not that simple.
It's like I waited this long for this. Why don't I feel different? Why can't I be happy? Because Bella's dead. That's the reality of it.
A jury found Close guilty of first-degree murder and 2 counts of attempted murder. Isabella was walking her dog with her boyfriend Darian Simon near Coors Field when Close came out on his balcony with an AK-47 he was accused of taking from his longtime friend, a Denver police officer. A probable cause statement for his arrest said Close yelled at the couple about their dog defecating on the ground near the apartment before he fired at them, killing Isabella and injuring Darian. Anna says Close showed no remorse during the trial.
The only time he cried is when his girlfriend testified against him.
Through all the pain, Anna says she's found her peace by advocating for gun and domestic violence victims. As for her future moving forward,
I'm ready to breathe the air.
While keeping Isabella's memory alive at the same time.
Sentencing for Close has been set to November 4th at the Denver courthouse.
A teenager accused of opening fire near a Denver rec center and shooting 2 people is being charged as an adult. 16-year-old Jalil Mitchell is charged with 2 counts of attempted murder. The shooting happened earlier this month outside the Carla Madison Rec Center near Denver East High School. A 19-year-old man and a 14-year-old boy were shot. Another boy was also arrested, but so far he has not been charged. We interviewed Jalil last November after a shooting at Hinckley High School in Aurora. He told us at the time that he and his friends handle violence differently depending on how they grew up. But he said he had support from adults in his life.
A man is now suing the Boulder County Sheriff's Office after a stun gun was used while he was in restraints at the Boulder County Jail. In 2020, Travis Cool was brought to the jail for a domestic violence investigation. Newly released body camera video shows that once he was fully restrained by officers, former Sergeant Christopher Mecca tased Cole in the leg for 5 seconds. The lawsuit targets Mecca and blames the other deputies for standing by while it happened. After the incident, an investigation was launched by the sheriff's office. Within a few weeks, Mecca was fired. He was later found guilty of third-degree assault and was sentenced to probation. Mecca decided to appeal that decision earlier this year, and that sentence is now on hold. The Boulder County Sheriff's Office issued a statement to Denver 7 saying they have a policy against using a taser on a restrained inmate. They added that the sheriff disagrees with the allegations in the lawsuit alleging culpability on the part of our agency. They say Mecca acted alone.
Just into the newsroom, the Adams County coroner says it will release an unredacted version of Elijah McLean's autopsy at noon tomorrow. Denver 7 joined Colorado Public Radio and multiple other Denver news outlets in suing to get the amended autopsy released. Today, a judge ruled that new autopsy be released unredacted. The original autopsy report from 2019 found McLean's cause and manner of death to be undetermined. Any new information in the amended autopsy could impact the ongoing criminal cases against the 2 paramedics and 3 police officers involved in McLean's death. Once the report is released, we will bring those details to you on air and on Denver7.com.
Cleanup continued into the early afternoon Thursday at the site of the RTD train derailment that injured 3 people. Madeline Ames was one of about 24 people injured after she says the train took the curb way too fast and derailed Wednesday afternoon. The impact has left her with a nasty bruise on her leg, along with a bump on her head.
It was like 1 or 2 minutes of holy crap, what just happened? I mean, it was so sudden. Everyone shifted to one side almost. A lot of us fell, including me.
In 2019, a train on that same line derailed in this same location, injuring several people, including a woman who had one of her legs removed. RTD says it can't answer any of our questions as to what happened this time around, citing an active investigation. Once they're able to, we will let you know.
This weekend, thousands of people will pack up and head up to Colorado's northern mountains and the I-70 area to get some of the best views of fall.
Businesses you'll find on your drive over are also hoping to cash in on the annual leaf peeping tradition. But as Denver 7's CB Cotton reports, a planned Xcel Energy outage over the weekend had some store owners concerned their doors would be shuttered.
Jessica Amy, the business behind me, wasn't sure they'd be able to open this weekend after they found out Xcel Energy was having a planned outage on Saturday. The owner made a lot of calls and now she will be able to open business as usual, but not without some anxiety. Kiki Frisbee, who owns Mac Nation Cafe in Indian Hills, says Wednesday afternoon around 4 p.m. she received a voicemail that Xcel Energy would be having an outage this Saturday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. for crews to do maintenance to power lines. Frisbee says she appreciates Xcel's work, but closing her doors this Saturday would mean thousands of lost revenue on a busy tourist weekend. Since Wednesday afternoon, she's been calling county leaders and Xcel Energy, trying to see if Xcel could amend plans or provide a solution. Today, on Thursday, she found out the company would be supplying her business with a generator. Now it's a waiting game to see how things will go over the weekend.
So I'm anticipating, they said they would send an electrician and hook it up to the board. I'm anticipating we should not have any trouble, but I'm very anxious about it because if it doesn't work, we're back to square one.
Xcel Energy told Denver 7 the maintenance work was scheduled for this weekend because that's when crews were available. There is a business owner right up the road. She says as of right now, she's not been provided with a generator, so she will have to close most of the day on Saturday, and she says it's going to cost her thousands of dollars. Coming up on Denver 7 News at 10, we'll hear her plans to recover some of that lost revenue. For Denver 7 News on Local 3, I'm CB Cotton.
Thank you, CB. Xcel customers should expect a higher utility bill starting October 1st. This comes as utility companies are paying more for natural gas. Xcel says the average residential customer is expected to see a monthly bill of $84 rise to $88. That's a 3.72% increase. The average small business will see a 3.84% increase from $128 to $133.
Well, if you enjoyed getting a $750 Tabor check in the mail this year, you'll be happy to know a slightly smaller refund could be coming in 2023. Colorado's tax collections through June reached historic levels, and the state must issue another rebate under the Taxpayer Bill of Rights. It's estimated that Coloradans could get anywhere from $160 to $500 in refunds. The amount will be based on income and will likely be issued as refunds as people file their 2022 taxes next year.
Coming up, Colorado sees its first West Nile virus death this year.
West Nile can pack a powerful punch.
We go one-on-one with one expert, taking a hands-on approach to understanding the virus.
What I'm feeling is a lot of tiny, very mild little needles, little pricks.
40s and 50s for highs today, but we have 70s and 80s on the way.